school. The opposite of a rebellious child caused by the parenting would be known as the sneaky child. A sneaky child is one who is, unlike a rebel, can bend the rules without being caught. Studies show that strict parents create a child that is not used to breaking rules, that they learn to invent ways of getting around everyday tasks in life. Note that one constantly bending the rules learns to never accept a rule. So is that a good or bad quality in a person?
Back to the uninvolved parent, another branch of being an uninvolved parent could be a general unawareness of the child. Such activities like gambling, drinking, drugs, and work, and the list goes on, could interfere with the parent-child relationship. And thus, in most cases, uninvolved parenting goes hand in hand with neglect and rejection, according to Anita Gurian's parenting styles. Another situation that it classifies as uninvolved parenting is a situation where the child has to take care of their parent, such as the case in the 2012 movie The Hunger Games, where Katniss has to take care of her mother after the death of her father. Generally, uninvolved parents don't have many, if any, rules at home. So, due to their unlimited freedom, the kids might have trouble with the school or the law after their adolescence because they are not taught to respect and obey rules. It is also true that they feel more prone to act out according to Ruth Graham's Family Matters. Accompanying the need to act out is the feeling of superiority or limitless behavior. Not all superior thinking people have uninvolved parents, but those with uninvolved parents also strive for the attention they're lacking at home. Now, asking whether uninvolved parents, the lack of parental figures, creates a more responsible or rebellious child, creates a huge gray area. Technically, the parents don't have any rules for the child to rebel against, so they may break out in other environments such as school or the law. But since they don't have a parent to cater to their every need, they become more responsible and independent and learn to take care of themselves.
The effects of a gossiping parent. The definition of a gossiping parent, according to dictionary.com, is the need to know everything and share personal details. This can be embarrassing to the child and less respect for the family. The children and parents can also be rude and nosy, and they forget the boundaries and push people past their limits.
Having a parent constantly gossiping shows their child is okay to do the same. The child starts to take after the parent, whether it be gossiping about their friends, gossiping about what happens at school, or gossiping about other adults. The parent sets a bad example and is frequently rude.
Do as I say, not as I do is a common phrase used by mainly hypocritical authority figures. But it's easier said than done, because after being surrounded by such a negative environment for so long, the child begins to subconsciously gossip, and we all know how gossiping and over-exaggerating your stories go hand in hand. According to Gurian, gossiping is based on the false pretense that you're building a relationship with the person you're gossiping with. However, this is completely false. In a study by Jennifer Cole and Hannah Scribner, 140 participants were asked to write a positive or negative description of a target victim. Those that wrote a negative comment said that their self-esteem decreased drastically, while those who wrote a positive comment had no effect. This shows that the act of gossiping leads to self-criticism regardless of the chemistry between the two people.
The outcome of a child of an overbearing parent. The kids start to feel the need to know everything, and the kids will start listening on the parents' phone calls, going through their phone text messages, and finding out the latest details. Kids become very nosy and getting in everyone's business, including families and friends. And this causes trouble to arise. They accidentally or intentionally start a rumor about a family or friend from what they have heard. The children think they can trust their best friend, so they start to tell them that, but then their best friend goes and tells someone else a completely different story, and it starts a chain reaction.
In our speech, we talked about the types of parents that there are. We talked about the positive and negative outcomes of an uninvolved parent on a child. We talked about how a strict parent differs from an uninvolved parent, the negative outcomes of a gossiper parent, etc.
As our generation is growing older and starting the families, there is more fresh new parents in the world.
It's important for these new coming parents to be able to evaluate themselves and stop themselves from falling definitely into one of these categories. Stay informed on the outcomes of the types of parenting. Don't allow yourself to impact your child in a negative and harmful way.